Hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. Being a baseball fanatic like me can be stressful. It's not all sports points and touchdowns. So Progressive is going to help you take your mind off your team for a moment. Instead of thinking about how they missed that goal point score, think about the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, letting you choose coverage options based on your budget. Unlike your team that missed the end zone net area. Well, anyway, hope this distraction about Progressive's Name Your Price tool was helpful. It sure kept me from thinking about all those penalty balls. Yay, sports!
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hi there, I am Artem Kirbas, and this is my short story. Wednesday, part 4. I kept thinking about Rosa. My life became different. My life changed from that moment on. I felt it, despite the fact that I feared being around someone, not particularly Rosa, but being someone whom I loved, yet I could not stop thinking about her. I could not stop thinking about her smile, these beautiful eyes, these cheeks, this hair, this beautiful hand. I'd like to touch. I'd like to just hold her beautiful hand and just watch her, watch the wind driving through her hair, watch the cold blushing her skin, her cheeks, and watch these beautiful eyes roaming through the landscape, through the town, watching people, and maybe they watch them in awe. I saw Rosa as a better part of mine, some beautiful girl who would fulfill me. I was obsessed with her. When I closed my eyes, she would approach me, she would speak to me. Yet I had not heard her voice. I did not know how she sounded like, but I imagined she probably had the most beautiful voice I had ever heard. I imagined that she would just say, come to me, knock on my door, the knock which I expected to be adventure, but more and gradually I realized it was the knock of love. I was in 7th heaven. I thought love is the most beautiful feeling one can feel, one can imagine. I felt my life and my home revitalized, being filled with a new energy, something I could not grasp, something I could not understand. I wanted to change myself. I wanted to change the human I was, but I did not know who I am. I did not know the person I had become. I was still living in the past, but there was Rosa. She was unique. She was my light in the dark, my lighthouse, to which I would stare at. I found a new goal, and I wanted to be with her. I wanted to kiss those lips. I wanted to hold her. I could not think about anything else. I started to thinking about a scenario when Rosa would come over, when she would see me, see those private rooms which I had made my own, see those action figures, my dreams all exposed in front of me. What would she think about me? Would she appreciate the man who has vision, who has dreams and hopes, the man who has a good heart, who cares about others, who wants to change the world? Would Rosa think about someone like that in a very positive way, or is Rosa rather concerned about life? What does Rosa want? I kept pondering, I kept ruminating about possible scenarios when I would meet her. How would I meet her? What would I say to her hi, just hi. Should I answer her with hi? Should I force those beautiful lips, those beautiful eyes to hi? Would it be just superficial? Would it be just friendly? What people say to each other when they pass through, just a hi and nothing more, just like that. I thought about it. I thought about it a great deal, and I always lost courage. I could not find the strength to face this beauty. I doubted myself. I hated myself because all these years I did not make any female acquaintances. All these years I did not had one woman over. I felt disappointed. I did not know what to do. Maybe Rosa is very experienced. She must be. She is the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. Every man who sees this beauty, this unfathomable lightness of herself, this fragile, incorruptible beauty. How couldn't anyone resist her? It is impossible. I could not see anyone who could resist her smile. I did not see her smile, but it must have been the most beautiful smile one can ever imagine, like a beautiful summer breeze which interrupts the unbearing heat of the summer, which is a cold sweat which goes through your heart and through all your parts of your body, which grabs you, which tells you, I saw you, I like you, I want to be with you. I imagined this must be the most beautiful smile which this beautiful woman can bestow on a man. There is no way that this beautiful creature is alone, that this beautiful creature has not found any suitor, someone who would revere her as much as I do. I thought about sex. I thought about the demand what women have. What would they ask from me? That I would last in bed, that I would have some sexual advantages. But how could I prove it? I thought it as a necessary way to go through love, to experience this beauty, to make her recognize me, to make her see me, only me. How could I make her love me? And I said to myself, of course, it has to be physical, because I had to convince her that I know how to revere her. I said to myself, I need to make sure that she thinks that I would never become exhausted loving her, that I would never become one of those guys who would not appreciate her. Of course, I thought that someone who is as beautiful as her would eventually get fed up with her beauty, would eventually be disappointed by many men who only want her body, who do not appreciate her. Of course, she must have met many, but she probably has not met me, one of those guys who deeply revere beauty, who deeply can appreciate her smile, these beautiful eyes, who can hold her, dance with her, swirl her around, and never let her go. Of course, she has not experienced love in that sense. I thought of myself as someone who has to give a lot of love, because all these years, all this time, I had not any girl with whom I spent my time with, not any woman whom I bestowed my love with. I thought of myself that my love My mind is unadulterated. It is pure. It is serene. It has this notion and this beauty of love, this serene, unending belief that love would be eternal, that it would never end. One feeling that grows a rose, that plays a melody, that swirls people and animals around like a wind, a sweet summer breeze that could grab everyone within it, and that could just please her, just make her sit back and just watch me from a distance, maybe watch me in awe, watch me loving her, watch me revering her, these beautiful eyes, and keep her, just hold her, just kiss her over and over again. I thought of myself that I would be her unique lover, that she would not have someone like me, that she never had someone like me who saw her. This is what I saw. I saw her. This is what I wanted to tell her the moment I saw her. I see you. I feel you. I know how beautiful you are. I see your heart. These eyes revealed it to me. These beautiful eyes led me through the stairs up to your ivory tower, to this lighthouse, which beams through the night, which gleams in my soul, which grabs me through day and night. I saw the light. I approached the light. I approach you, only you. I came for you, and I would come for you for 1,000 years. I would follow this path. I would follow this lighthouse, dark and day, through storm and night, through desert and snow. I would come to you, only you. I found you. We are connected. I see you. I thought about poetic words. I thought about how I could swoon her. She was most certainly accustomed to male lovers. This beauty, this unadulterated beauty, this serene beauty, this perfect smile, this fragile, beautiful thing. Of course, she had a lot of male admirers. Of course, she must have been on this. She must have had a lot of male boy friends, but I was different. I was convinced that I was different. I was convinced that only I and only I can know how to love her. And all these years when I thought about the superhero, of course, I thought about the fact that I had a special gift. Of course, I thought about moments when I thought that something is different from me. Every time in school or when I'm around people, I always felt in a way that I'm different. Then I always felt that I look in this world in a different way, in a distant way, that all these people around me, that they follow circles, follow a path like a planet around the sun. But I always thought, at least I knew that I'm somehow different, that I do not follow these ordinary paths, and that I must have a special gift, something extraordinary. And now, for the first time, I saw a purpose for this gift, and it was love, pure love. I said to myself, this is it. I need to convince Rosa and the world how much I am capable of loving her, how much I can love somebody deeply and profoundly unique, and make her feel this great passion, this love, this non-ending desire which she has never experienced before. I went to the supermarket a couple of times, but I was always disappointed. I could not see her. I did not meet her. I did not know where she lived. I thought she must have been in a close vicinity since she went to this supermarket, or she was just one of these people who drive through on the freeway, drive through the next city, people who do not stay long in this town, who just wanna pass through it, see the boredom, see the mundane life of everyone, and just wanna get done with it, head to the next town. Maybe she was one of them. Maybe I only saw her once and then never again. I was devastated. I thought to myself, I missed a great opportunity. I thought to myself, this was probably the chance in 1,000 years, the chance in 100, the chance which no one has, and I would have had it at this very moment, but I did not know what to say to her. Maybe if I only had said something, but what? Still, then I didn't know how I would talk to her, what I would say to her when she would stand in front of me. What would my response be? What could I say to her? Maybe you are beautiful. But she probably heard it many times. She knew, of course, that she was beautiful, that she was exceptional, that she had this perfect smile, these gleaming eyes, this fragile touch, which somehow tried to convey you, do not hurt me, and her eyes, which seemed to be some sort of sadness, mixed with indifference, mixed with apathy, like she had given up maybe on hope, given up on someone who could save her, who could free her from a boring life, from an ordinary life. Maybe she felt it too, that her beauty and that what she is, her deep feeling, that the passion she keeps locked in her heart, that this is special, and that she's supposed to meet someone special with whom she can share her love, her passion, to whom she can bestow this desire, these beautiful lips, this never-ending craving, and this never satisfied deep passion. Maybe she thought that too. At least I hoped. Back then, I deeply hoped that she had been waiting for someone special. I deeply hoped that she was not one of these people who has given up dreaming. This is how I thought about all these people around me, people who had just given up, people who just followed the empty footsteps of their predecessors, people who thought that life supposed to be in that way because they haven't seen it differently. They have no knowledge about life beyond these borders, beyond these walls, somewhere in a world outside there, filled with adventure, filled with passion, with fear, with fights, with everything one can imagine. The stories of heroes, the laws everyone talks about, this thrill, this excitement, and you don't fear anything. Why would you fear anything? Because you become immortal. The world after you remembers you. How couldn't anyone demand something like that? How could anyone just want to live a normal life. How could everyone just live and follow ordinary circles, paths their ancestors already followed, because of the simple reason they did not know it? Are different because they have not seen what life can be, what opportunities life can have, and that's why they chose to be this way, live from day to day their mundane lives. I had nothing than detest for these people, disdain. I didn't want it to end like this, like my parents. Watch and stare at each other mutely, like your world wouldn't know anything, like your world has stopped moving, and you pretend everything would be fine, and you talk about the weather, you talk about how things would be, what you want to do in the future, but you know, of course, nothing is going to change, nothing at all. It will always stay the same. And maybe you are robbed of your fear of moving out, fear to seek adventure beyond these borders, beyond the line you draw yourself to feel comfortable, the line which helps you to wake up every day and every morning in relief, because you think you don't have to prove yourself to the world. You don't have to prove anything. You have everything in your life, and you sit down and you count what you have accomplished, like you would count your blessing. You imagine that the world outside would be worse, would be dangerous, and that you would probably never succeed, that you would become a disappointment to everyone, because you dreamed high, because you wanted more than you would ever think about. What never would think about. You fear that you could be ridiculed by all these people who have never dreamed, who never wanted to accomplish anything, just stay the same day and night. And that's why they feel deep relief for every inch of this line, of this border which protects them from the adventure outside, which gives them a deep mind relief, so that they can live in their little boxes, never having to worry a day of their life. And what are these people? They get distressed. They worry about minor things, about things people do not care about minor issues they think is so important that they have to fight for it, that they have to strive for it. And where is love? Where is love for your life, for all your being, for your future? How can these people love themselves? This is how I thought of them. And I never wanted to end like this, end like my parents, having inhabited a home, a place, but never really lived in it, just lived through it, past time. This was the most hideous imagination I could think about. And I thought to myself, there, right there, was Rosa. She was the relief. She was maybe my savior. She was probably the thought of love, something I had never thought about. This relief, this escape, which could help me to escape these walls, this line which has become over the year almost unbearable, unmatchable. This wall I thought I could not overcome anymore, because it would reach high up into the sky, unreachable with your hands, with your bare hands, with a ladder. This wall which could bar anything from escaping, as well as which would not give you a glimpse to the outside world. This line which I followed so desperately because of fear, because maybe I feared the world outside. I didn't know. But then Rosa, she was different. She was magnificent. She was the relief. And I wanted to keep her. I wanted to hold her. I wanted to run after her and just say to her, take me with you. Take me, lead me, usher me outside of these walls, of this prison. I wanted to break free. I went home and this big house, which I always feared because I could not fill all these rooms with life, because all my plans were so ridiculous, just a hero with action figures. And I thought to myself, I dreamed about Superman. I dreamed to be Superman. I dreamed to be Clark Kent, but I never thought about love. What could drive these people? What could drive Superman? The love to Lois Lane, what he wanted to so desperately, to be acknowledged, to be recognized, to be this one hero whose deeds are not mentioned, are mentioned, but not by anyone, but by the woman he loves and to whom he looks at. And she knows that he saved the world, and she's thankful of it, but not thankful like an ordinary man, like an ordinary human being. No, she has a special bond. She has a special connection. This beauty, this unfathomable beauty, just stares at me. Just says to herself, I love him. This is my man. And everyone wants this. Everyone wants to be a hero. But I thought to myself, I never thought about it. I always thought about the deed. I always thought about what could I accomplish. I thought about the distance. I thought about that superheroes would live alone, away from society, would not have luck, would not have anything in their life. And I said to myself, it is fine. It is fine because this is what superheroes do. It is okay. But where is love? I did not think about it. And now here I was struck with it, with beautiful lips, with beautiful dark eyes which have captured me, which have conquered me. And now here I am about one feeling I never thought about this deep desire I never cared about. All these years I lived in apathy. All these years I did not think once about love, about deep care. No, I only thought about people who would stare at each other mutely, who would not have anything to be joyous about. I only saw how joy evaporated from every inch of one's face, and it would not even leave back a smile, no, just indifference. This is what I saw about love, indifference, not caring for each other, and silence, ear-deafening silence. This was the love I saw, and now with her, with Rosa, there grew a passion I could not fathom. It grew in my deep inside. I wanted more of this. I became intoxicated by her. I wanted to kiss those lips. I wanted to bury my hands in these beautiful eyes. I want to kiss her over her entire face. I wanted to kiss this body, every inch of it. I want these hands to hold me, to put these hands on my cheek. I wanted to stare at her, stare in these beautiful eyes. And I wanted to say her, I understood now. I understood what is important in life, what we need to seek. I understood that all these goals was just one-sided. That being a hero means to go on love adventure as well, to save oneself. I understood that a hero needs to be loved, needs to save himself, needs to be needed and cared for. I understood even a hero, even he might be someone with super powers, someone who thinks that he can do alone, someone who walked alone because he had not anyone with him. He had not anybody who could accompany him. Even superheroes need a woman who loved them deeply, loved them desperately, and care for them, worry for them every time they leave for an adventure, every time when they are called to fight a monster, called to fight a villain. Of course, you need love. I wanted to tell you, I need love. I need this. But I felt embarrassed at these words. How could I reveal myself? Would she understand it? I was thrown into disarray. I spent my days with some in some moments I had the greatest ambition. I thought I could make her love me. I thought I could convince her, convinced that we are special, that we have a bond. But then all was thrown in disarray. Doubt is a terrible thing. Doubt is like the silent whisper you hear, which more and more becomes louder, and doubt is about you, that you cannot be this hero, that you cannot be this person someone would fall in love with. Never. How could I silence these doubts? How could I cross these walls, break through these walls into my freedom? How could I do that? I didn't know. I left to wonder. My life changed. I could not just stare out of the window anymore. Something has changed. I didn't want to just see and pity people anymore. I did not care about people anymore. I did not need to convince me that the life I'm living is okay, that the world I have incarcerated myself into is fine. No, I understood that I was missing something, deeply, and which could fulfill me, which I needed desperately. This passion, this desire which was crippling all over my body, which has grabbed me through and through, which I wanted to hold and maintain, like I would hold her hands, I would hold her waist, and just hold her for the moment. Maybe I could feel her heartbeat. This is how I imagined that I could feel her heartbeat, just in watching her, just in watching her lips thriving, and they would come closer to me, closer, and they were throbbing and throbbing. And I would hold my breath because I could not realize that this is happening, that this is really happening, that I fell from seventh heaven, that I was holding onto something. This was my goal all along. This was the goal where should have been heading all along. I could not understand it. Maybe I would faint. Maybe I would feel the weakness of my legs. And then more and more, gradually, I would understand that not I am holding her, but she is holding me. She is pulling me closer. And there, all these whispers, all these doubts, they disappear. They disappear for good. And silence is overcome by heart throbs. And those heart throbs, they become louder and louder. They become deafening. I do not fear the silence anymore. Never again will I be left back in silence, in muteness, in just blank eyes, searching for something, searching for someone, and tearing smiles. Never again would I be left back in silence, because this heart throbbing was ear deafening. It was a sign about me being alive, about being craved, and I would slowly and gradually and hesitantly approach these lips. I would be hesitant because I could not believe my luck. I could not believe that this beautiful woman just wants me, wants to kiss my lips, touch my soul, the person who I am. I could convince her that I am a lovable person. I could convince her to stay, to watch me, to see this person. I could invite her over just to see the person I am, and then to fall in love, to have a deep passion, a craving. I could convince her that the love I have to offer is something special, unique, and ready to love her back, to kiss these lips, to hold this beautiful head, to swipe over her cheek, her eyebrows. Everything is fine now. I have you, I hold you. You don't have to worry anymore. The second day, I went to the supermarket, and again, I did not meet anyone. Again, she was not there. I felt distraught. I was even mad. I did not know what to do. I went home again, distraught. But my life had no meaning anymore. I think for the first time, I understood that those action figures, that those were just stupid toys. That they were meant for nothing, just an illusion. And I sat there thinking and thinking and thinking. I even thought about the possibility whether I could just exchange her, these beautiful eyes, these lips. If I could feel the same for someone else, for some random woman, maybe. I didn't know. Maybe I could do it. Maybe I could just get my head off it. Maybe she was just for a drive-through. Maybe I would not see her ever again. More and more, I came to become complacent with the thought that I would never see her again. I said to myself, maybe this was it. This was the last chance, and it's all gone. I thought about all the moments I did not had luck in my life, and there were many. I could not imagine a day when I thought that I was lucky, that I had accomplished all. Of course, I did not know anything. I did not know about life, what it means to live, what one thinks about life. I felt like I newly woke up. I felt like I more and more realized how beautiful life can actually be, that there is a thrill outside there, thrill beyond just adventures, which I lived and relived in an imaginative fairy tale world, that there is more, just this, that there could be someone to whom I could be connected with. I could put my life to it. There is a possibility. I thought about this, and I thought about the possibility. What will happen when I won't see her ever again? When this was the first and last glimpse into a world full of passion, desire, and I would never get a chance. I became accustomed to this feeling, to this beautiful feeling which would fill my days. My mind was exploding with ideas, with all kinds of scenarios when I would meet Rosa, where we would go, how we would dance, all the details. My mind was flooded with beautiful images. All this. I would kiss her under the moonlight. I would kiss her on the beach. I would kiss her in these walls. I would kiss her on the street. I would dance with her through the night, through the day. I would swirl her around and around, and I would look at her. I wanted her to see me, look me, and understand that I would not let go of her. I found you, would I like to express with my eyes. And if eyes could speak, if I could convey words with my eyes, then it would be that you can feel safe around me, that I love you deeply, passionately, that I know what love is. I have been waiting for this all along, all this time. I found a purpose. I saw a glimpse. I saw this beautiful shining angel. I saw this beauty. And I understood the chance. I understood that this is a lifetime just you have in one lifetime. And I understood how short a life can be, and that I have maybe wasted my time up to now, and that she supposed to give me now the opportunity, the chance to go out into this world outside with her, beside her, together to all eternity. But what if she does not reappear? What if this was the last time I saw her? What if all this was in vain? And I felt desperate. Is this the second time? Is this the second time I lose out in my life? Is this the second time I fooled myself? Maybe she does not care about me. Maybe she never really noticed me. Maybe she doesn't even know me when I walk up to her and when I ask her hi, when I talk to her hi and ask her whether she knows me, whether she knows that we went to the same school. What if she does not remember? What if she is someone else? What if she is not even Rosa? Maybe it is all imagination. Maybe it is all a hope for me that I fell in love with someone who was close to me. Maybe she has to be someone else. She has to be someone outside this town, outside these borders, because if she would have been special, if she would have been something unique, I would have noticed it. In school, I must have noticed it. I should have noticed it. If it was Rosa, if it really was Rosa, maybe she only looks like her. Maybe I mistook her. Maybe I wanted to believe in this so desperately that I thought some woman, some beautiful woman who came from outside, that I thought that she would be close to me, that I thought that she was all this time near to me. How cruel fate would be, how cruel it would be, I thought to myself, when all this time I knew such a beautiful creature was living next to me, was living in close vicinity, and I did not notice it. How cruel fate must be. I said to myself, this cannot be true. Not at all, this cannot be true. She must be someone who came from outside, and I would not see her ever again. I was close to tears.
It's finally time to start firing up the grill. From city to shore, Acme is everything you need to prep for this summer season. Download the Acme app to shop for this season's essentials any way you want. Open the Acme app, clip your deals, then order your items online. An experienced Acme associate will carefully select your groceries, bag your order, and bring it right to your car or deliver right to your door. Download the app or visit acmemarkets.com for program details. It's finally time to start firing up the grill. From city to shore, Acme has everything you need to prep for this summer season. Download the Acme app to shop for this season's essentials any way you want. Open the Acme app, clip your deals, then order your items online. An experienced Acme associate will carefully select your groceries, bag your order, and bring it right to your car or deliver right to your door. Download the app or visit acmemarkets.com for program details.